Hey, what's up guys? I'm Coach TJ. I'm an ASM certified personal trainer, and today I want to kind of react and go over this video. I saw it come up on my feed. I watch a lot of offline TV videos, and the 30-day fitness thing really caught my eye and made me think, what are they really going to be able to do in the 30 days? Because normally to get fit and reach goals that you might have, it's going to take more than 30 days to get that. So I was kind of curious to see what their challenge was, what they're going to do. I watched the first minute to get an idea, and I kind of realized I want to react to it, to try to have my thoughts and opinions and try to maybe correct a few things here and there. But let's just get into it.
We all have our separate fitness goals.
I want to do a handstand.
Doing a handstand in 30 days, I feel like for his build and size is probably reasonable. I'm not sure if he'll be able to do a handstand and walk around, but I could see him at least being able to balance on two hands for a couple seconds, at the very least.
Like walk or literally just stand?
Just stand. I don't aim that high.
Yeah, he just wants to stand, so, keeping it very simple, very realistic. Didn't say how long he wanted to stand for, but just being able to maybe stand and feel confident you're able to do that, that's not a bad goal.
I'm looking for more of a lifestyle, just general change.
Okay, yeah, this is probably a little more reasonable, because if your goal is to lose a bunch of weight in 30 days, not really going to happen. But if you want to set yourself up so you can continue doing work after 30 days, that's way more attainable, way more reasonable. And maybe just try and spend those 30 days to get knowledge, try and build up habits and do that. Pretty good goal.
I'm looking to lose fat, gain muscle while still nursing my ankle.
I want to be.
It's pretty reasonable. I'm not sure if she already goes to the gym and she's maybe looking to get the fat down even more and the muscle up even more, but probably won't see a major change in 30 days. I feel like probably a better way to measure that is maybe after 6 months, or at least maybe 3 months, depending how new or experienced you are in the gym. Checking it after 30 days may not be the best way, but another way is also, if she is new, she could probably see a big difference from day 1 to day 30, based on maybe how much she can bench, squat, deadlift, or whatever other lifts they're doing. There'll definitely be some progression throughout there that she'll be able to notice.
Be able to lift Jody if she's falling off a cliff, and I want to be able to touch my toes.
Okay, being able to touch your toes, pretty reasonable. Being able to pull your girlfriend up off a cliff with, was it one arm he said?
My ankle.
I want to be able to lift Jody if she's falling off a cliff.
Okay, maybe if 2 arms, sure. But if it's the reach down and barely grab her with 1 arm, that might be a little difficult, because that's going to be, if you think like a normal person, they can maybe row 100 pounds. They probably won't be able to pull an entire person up with just their arm, because you're basically single arm rowing, a lot of weight if you're trying to pull up any person, really, unless they're like a baby.
And I want to be able to touch my toes.
How much
Yeah, again, touching your toes, you could probably get that done. And honestly, probably less than 30 days if you just take 2 weeks of just being able to dedicate stretching to your hamstrings, and I feel like you'd be able to touch your toes relatively easily.
training experience do you guys have in general?
I got punched
All right, this is probably the important part, is figuring out what experience they have.
in the head in a boxing event once.
Okay, so Toast is just the one boxing event he did, so he probably has maybe not much training with weights, but maybe more in cardio and stuff like that.
My name is Javier Arona. I'm a personal trainer by title, but really, I'm a health strategist. I'm gonna write out an awesome program based on what I think your body can do, but at the end of the day, it's you holding yourself accountable. You ready?
That's interesting. So I figured he'd be going through with them on every workout, but it looks like he's just going based off their goals, giving them a workout, and then have a personal chef to make their meals, which is probably very important. It's probably the second most important part of going to the gym. Arguably it could be the most important depending on your current dietary habits, but yeah, definitely super important, super necessary to try and actually reach your goals in the gym, regardless of whether it's lose weight, gain muscle, or be more fit in general.
Right there, perfect. Good. Getting it. And then big deep breath in. Good, good reading. I can see that you can actually win this thing. You can actually really have the most success if we just up your protein, lower your carbs a little bit. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. So now we're into the nutrition part. I want to introduce you to
I mean, that part's probably true, but I'm not sure if he asked them with their diet or figured out what their macros are before. Now, Grant, I did make a video about actually upping your protein can help you lose weight, but I'm wondering, well, what Scar's current or previous diet was and how that's going to change with maybe the weight changes that's going to affect, and wondering how much he's going to be trying to track how much weight he's losing, trying to maybe slow him down if he's losing too much weight too quickly.
Breakdancing, like one of the goals is like, I want to do a windmill. Like that is like the one thing I've always wanted to do.
Dude, breakdancing is my background.
Seems like John just has a lot of goals, which is cool. They're all very unique and I want to say not gym specific, but they're more kind of a product of being maybe more fit and active in general, is being able to touch your toes, being able to break dance and do a windmill, being able to do more things that really require a little more strength, a little more core balance, and stuff that maybe comes as a product of going to the gym, and then as well as practicing it after the fact.
Awesome. Big deep breath.
Actually, toast is lighter than I thought, so this makes me think doing the handstand might be even easier. Because the lighter you are, the less you have to really hold up, which might be easier if you're by default skinny or shorter. Maybe a little bit harder if you're taller or just naturally a little bit more heavier.
If you're gonna be going off on your own, I want you to be super careful because handstands, yeah, they're fun, they're all that, but they're also really dangerous. If you can't do that, what's the first thing that's gonna happen? Neck, right? I've seen people really damage themselves. So take it slowly, which I know for you is not a problem. Yeah?
Sounds good.
Cool.
This is good advice. The only thing I'd probably say is you probably should give them advice on how to do it safely rather than just tell them to be safe. Like maybe do handstands against a wall, maybe get a mat, maybe have a friend just like spot you or something that can like catch you, hold you. But maybe it does it off camera and maybe it's too boring to be on camera. But otherwise, that's probably good advice is if you're going to do this on your own, especially something dangerous like handstand where your head is probably most at risk, it's best to have some kind of soft thing under your head, have a mat, have a plan to fail, maybe practice failing. That could probably be done for like anything, like practice failing a squat, practice failing a bench. This way you're kind of like know what to do when you're in the heat of the moment and you're not like panicking. Granted, you probably shouldn't be failing a bench, but sometimes, especially if you're starting off, you could probably roll the bar off with like 25, maybe even one plate off your waist. But it's still probably good to always have a spotter or know how to like bail on a lift or practice maybe dumping the weights if you need to, if you're benching without clips on.
Yeah, sounds good. Cool. Good luck.
So you're by yourself for this. Do you have a plan for your 30-day challenge?
I'm gonna starve myself.
Okay, don't do that, especially if you're already pretty average in terms of your weight. You should not be starving yourself at almost any weight, really, but especially if you're already within like probably a good healthy weight for you should be eating maybe a little less if you want to lose weight, get a little more lean, but you should be eating at least like enough to get you through your day without having to sacrifice maybe brain function, sleep, or overall energy, stuff like that.
They say fitness is 2 parts, exercise and diet. I'm just gonna take the diet part really seriously by not eating.
How are you gonna learn how to do a handstand?
Okay, don't do what Toast is doing. Hopefully the trainer or someone's gonna actually make him eat some food, a healthy amount. He doesn't need. Being fit does not mean starving. Being fit means you're eating the right things most days. I think it was like an 80-20 rule. Like as long as you're eating the right things 80% of the time, you can have a little bit of junk 20% of the time. And for him, it's probably not necessary for him to lose any weight. If anything, he probably can just up his protein a little bit. Maybe I'm not sure what it is right now, but he could probably up his protein a little bit to try and gain more muscle and replace the fat he has now with muscle, maintaining the same-ish weight, and maybe over time, maybe losing a little bit of weight from just the extra BMR he's going to get from having more muscle than fat.
All right, that's my goal. Well, if I'm light enough, it'll be easy, right?
I guess that part's true, but if his whole idea is I'm just going to get myself super light so it's super easy. Actually, I kind of like this. They have doing 3-day week splits, which is pretty good, especially since a lot of them look like they're new to the gym or new to working out in general. So keep me to 3 days a week. I like that. Now what they do on each day, I'm not sure if I'm going to like that. What time is it?
6:55. Are you training 5 minutes?
I don't know why they're training at 7 a.m. That sounds like torture. They're all streamers, YouTubers. They do not wake up early. They do not need to be waking up this early to work out. But if that's what they want to do or what their trainer wants them to do, that's fine, I guess. Not necessary to have peak performance.
9. 1, 2, 10. 1, 2. Good job. Come on over here. 15 seconds gone. You take your break in 4, 3, 2, 1. Break. Okay. You versus you, my brother. This whole program is you versus you. I'm here to guide you, but it's you versus you, man. Move your body, eat your food. All of those now is on you. I pass the baton on to you. On Friday, I'll take it back.
Sounds good.
Good job, brother. Proud of you, man.
Thank you.
You got it, brother. All right.
All right, I didn't get to see much of his workout. It seems like they did some pulls and mountain climbers, and I think a little bit of like a stretcher breathing exercise at the end there. Not really much to comment on. I like the pulls. That's probably goes towards his goal of trying to lift Cody off a cliff. And then the mountain climbers, I don't know, not a bad exercise, especially for his goal to probably lose a little weight. So put a little bit of cardio in there. Not much to really comment on.
And then you're gonna vertically come down, keep those elbows tight to the body, pause right there, and then up.
Incline bench, big fan of that. Good work, a good exercise to build the chest. And I like how he's making her go slow and pause at the bottom.
I'll see you Friday, but until
Okay, so we only saw one exercise, but fine. The one we did see was good. I like how even with the lat pull he did with John, he's making them go slow on the way back on the eccentric. So far pretty good. Nothing too insane or weird for the workouts.
then strategize your sleep schedule. Get a little bit earlier every single day as best you can. I understand otherwise, all right?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Oh, and he's commenting on her sleep. That's actually very important. Normally I'll do this with my clients too, where I'll ask them, normally the first few weeks or sessions, I'll probably ask them like what their sleep is like, what their protein intake is like. And that'll be really important because in terms of going for any goal, building muscle, losing weight, sleep is the most important because that's when you build the most muscle. It's also when you burn the most amount of fat. It also just helps you regulate a bunch of hormones in your body, and something I find to be really important if you're trying to just better your life in general. If your sleep's not in order, it's kind of difficult to get everything else in your life in order. So if you can fix anything in your life and you can only pick one thing, I'd always say fix your sleep.
Day 1 of 30, and I feel like shit. So off to a strong start. Cautiously excited for what we're doing, but I don't think my body's going to enjoy what I'm about to be put through.
Okay, hopefully, even though he got bad sleep, hopefully the trainer's probably going to make him go through a lighter day. That's going to be just going through the motions, understanding how the workout. Heart rate might elevate a little bit, but especially on the first day or first week, you're not really going to be pushing to failure too much, because especially for people new to working out and new to lifting weights specifically, you're going to get your body super sore. So keeping everything a little bit lighter, a little bit easier will help kind of ward off that soreness a little bit. Still might feel it the next day, but hopefully for Skara, it's not too bad.
I don't need you to go 100 miles an hour, brother. If right now we're at 10, and next week we get to 15, and then we get to 20, and by week 4 we're pumping, great, man. I don't need you to rush to get there, brother, but I do need a little bit every day.
Understand.
Right? You feel me?
Yeah, that little bit every day, the progressive overload that a lot of people or a lot of trainers will kind of push and talk about. That's kind of what he's trying to get Scar to think about, understand now. You don't need to be at 100, you just need to be one spot today and try and slowly up it every single day.
Up, pause, 1, 2, better.
Yeah, I like this guy. He's really trying to make him go slow on the eccentric and really trying to keep it nice and easy with them. So far, this guy's pretty good.
Controlling, right there, good. And now sink, that's it. That's it, yes. These are it, yes. 7, that was it. Yes, now do that same thing on the incline now. A part of your back you've never used. Brother, it's gotta be me and you. I know I may not only be in your life for a short period of time, but I will do my best to help guide you, to help you get to whatever version of yourself that it's gonna help you be healthier, brother.
And I trust you, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good work, man. Wipe yourself off, bro.
How did you like your first workout? How did it go?
So far, this guy's been pretty good. I'm not sure what that last thing he was doing with the retracting the scapula. Seems like he was trying to get him to show him how to move that for either a row or bench or something. But so far, this guy's pretty good.
That's what I'm most passionate about. People are gonna probably watch this, online, and I can already hear trainers, coaches, why is he having them do sit-to-stands on day 1? Or what is the reasoning for this? And I can break down my reasoning for everything. But at the end of the day, what I care most is...
To be fair, that's kind of what I'm doing. But to be fair, I don't really see too much of it. But whatever he has done so far, it's all been pretty good. It's basically taking simple motions like the squat, a pull, then a bench, or a push, rather, with Sydney. It's all been kind of the basic stuff. I haven't really seen anything too crazy. Maybe I do different versions. He did instead of a normal squat, he did a squat bench, which I actually kind of like doing with some of my clients because it helps to get them lower, and sometimes progressing it by making them squat lower instead of increasing the weight be another way to progress, instead of just trying to force you to squat super deep when maybe you're not able to. Maybe you don't have the flexibility. Maybe your muscles don't have the strength to even get you out of the hole once you get that deep. So maybe progressing it by just making a bench or a box a little lower, and if they reach that, could be a better way of progressing, or it could be a good way of starting to teach you how to squat and get low.
This is day 2 of my fitness journey. He wants us to do 10,000 steps a day. Minimally, I want to be doing this about an hour every day that I'm not training. We'll see how long we go today, but I'm hoping for like an hour 20-ish today. I can't get pushed that hard in training right now because I need to get high blood pressure medication. As soon as I get that in April, I think he's going to push me even harder. And I think that it'll only be better from here on out.
Butt goes back right there and up. Nice work.
Slow RDLs, I like it. Good for the glutes and hamstrings.
Nice work.
Jody and Sean are getting food. Me and John have to sit in the corner and wait because we have to eat our meal prep meals.
Going in. 3, 2.
That's probably one of the harder parts about trying to be strict and on a diet is that your friends and family are want to go out and eat like fast food or just go to a restaurant, go out to eat, have a good time. And you're like, I have to eat my meal prep today. I can't. And it kind of sucks. Not, you probably don't have to do this most of the time, but if you're trying to be serious about it or maybe try and change your life habits, sometimes making those sacrifices is kind of necessary, but not necessary for everyone or not necessary to do all the time every day.
Weigh-ins went crazy. I messed up and I didn't do the full fast. We were still down 6.6 pounds.
6.5 pounds in a week? That's too much. I don't know. If might be again initial, maybe from his change in diet, a lot of water weight, a lot of, I don't know. I'm not sure what his calorie deficit is looking like, but I feel like if he keeps up this from week to week, that's probably not sustainable or not good. He could probably do it for the first week. That's probably fine. First week, maybe 2 weeks, you'll probably see a big drop off in weight. But this should not be a sustainable thing. You should basically be seeing like 1 to 2 pounds at most, like per week. But 6.5 pounds in 8 days is a lot to be losing in 8 days. That's like a little less than a pound a day.
And now Sydney's up.
Morning.
Howdy.
Hey, you're late to the party.
No water, I got yelled at.
Okay, now if they do weigh in for Sydney today, I remember before, her weight seemed more in a pretty normal range. It probably might go down a little bit. She's looking to lose some fat and build muscle, but it shouldn't be as extreme as John's, I hope.
What?
No water because he's doing weigh-in.
I already drank water with my morning 8 million pills.
Yeah, I drink water too.
So the first weigh-ins after the start of the challenge went really well. So I am down 4.5 pounds.
4.5 pounds? Okay. My only concern is that they're losing a lot of weight quickly, but they're also on like a different diet. Depending on how this keeps up throughout the month, it might be okay, or it might be like bad, like they're losing too much weight too quickly, but we'll see.
And I lost 1.1% body fat. The workouts have been really good. He pushes you really hard, but he also understands if you've like reached a point where you need a break. And like I try really hard to go until I actually cannot anymore, but there will be times where I'm like, can I just have a second?
Actually, I was just thinking what she was saying, not really looking at what she was doing. If her goal is to build muscle, I wouldn't really recommend this. This is probably good for like an athlete or someone looking to get maybe their general fitness up. This is more to like a power move rather than muscle building move. This is probably the only thing I've seen that I'm not so super in agreement with. I'm not sure what his reasoning is, but it'd probably be more of a, I don't know, maybe something to throw in some variation, a little more fun for the client to make it a little bit more doable, because rather than just like lifting heavy weights all day.
This is day 8 of our 30-day challenge. It's been about 1 week since we started.
Now, if I'm going to guess, he's probably lost like 10 to 15 pounds based on what John and Sydney's weigh-ins have looked like.
Exactly 1 week since we started working out. He said I lost
6.5 pounds. Actually, this is probably the most reasonable weight drop off.
pounds. I think that's fake because he had me take my clothes off, and before I remember, I didn't take my clothes off. So like, it's probably more like 4 or 3 pounds.
Have you felt progress? Do you feel like you're feeling progress?
Oh, I mean, it's like night and day.
I feel like in a week you probably wouldn't be feeling too much progress. It could just be like a psychosomatic thing. I feel like after maybe a month or two, it's probably start feeling it. Like I know I've had a few clients who after they start working with me, they do notice, even though their weight hasn't changed a whole lot, they do notice that their muscle is going up. They do notice that they're able to go spend more time with their kids. They're able to walk more, play more with them. They're able to do like a little bit more things they were before after working with me for like a couple months. So probably won't feel too much of a change after a week. So it might be just kind of like maybe a realization that they're able to do more than they thought they were able to. But maybe they do actually feel a change. Who knows?
Video of the first day I was working out, it was like, wasn't comfortable. My body couldn't do anything. A week later, I feel great, honestly, in comparison. I don't think it was all due to the high blood pressure medication. It's just that my body got a little bit more comfortable with moving. And I think that the cardio every day has been helping out.
Actually, that part does make sense. Being more comfortable with moving after a week, that I can believe, for sure. This first week, obviously, almost basically torture with how sore you are. But after the second week, you definitely feel better and feel a little more confident because you're not hurting the next day.
Where's Toast?
Yo, what up, YouTube gang, workout gang? It's time to hit the daily workout, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, I've been getting my sessions in whenever I can. Now I got a busy schedule with the whole esports org and playing TFT. Hey, you know, when I do have time to hit the gym, you know I'm working hard. Yeah, well, you know, I do a variety of different cardio and weightlifting.
Okay. I saw him grab dumbbells. Like, oh, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna get a shoulder press? Is he gonna do some tricep exercise? And no, he's training biceps. So for his goal to do a handstand. Now, if we can do a handstand, that's basically like an overhead press where you wanna basically be holding your body weight. So I'd probably say you want to be training shoulders, triceps, and then probably your core for stability. If it's training your biceps in order to get to be able to do a handstand is not a recommended way, unless you're doing it just for like extra part of your workout where like I want bigger biceps too because I already finished doing my tricep and shoulder work, then sure, but this is just a little nonsensical to put it bluntly.
You know, do these push-pull segments. So today is a pull day, so I'm...
Okay, he's doing a push-pull, no legs, honestly based, but you should be doing legs. I'm not really sure. Okay, this is probably why sometimes, not for everyone, maybe a lot of people could just Google it, look up what to do. But it's probably why sometimes getting a trainer or someone who knows what they're doing will point you in the right direction, because right now he's just kind of doing random stuff, and this looks like little baby weights. Like I think if you go back,
lifting,
like I don't even
do these push-pull segments, different cardio and weightlifting.
It doesn't even look like it's giving him any resistance there.
You know, do these push-pull segments. So today is a pull day, so I'm working on my biceps.
And there's no control on the eccentric. If you look in the mirror, he's just kind of lifting it up and dropping it. There's a lot of improvements that could be made if just like one or two people could give him some pointers on how to do things.
You know, gotta get that good pumping. And after that, I like to cool down with a nice but rigorous run on the treadmill for about 20 minutes.
Also running, just keep in mind he has no shoes on.
And after that, I like to cool down with a nice
run, but obviously he's being sarcastic here, a little bit of a jokester, honestly. But you know what? It could be worse. You could be doing nothing.
Rigorous run on the treadmill for about 20 minutes. Well, it's important to take breaks, so I usually take a 30 second.
Just probably the more interesting thing is that even though he's not doing a lot of things right, a lot of things are going wrong, this is still infinitely better than if he just sat in his room and played TFT. Even though I'm not sure if every workout looks like this or what the total of the workout looks like. All I saw him do is walk on the treadmill for a little bit and then do some bicep curls with little weights that look like it was not even challenging him at all. But maybe there's like other part. Maybe that's just part of like a joke for the video. Maybe actually is like training a little bit harder when we're not looking or when the camera's not rolling.
How are you feeling going into your workout and weigh-ins today?
I'm dreading it. I got really nauseous last night when I tried to lay down in bed, so I just really don't want to be here right now. Yeah, but I am.
That's amazing. I didn't even notice that is amazing.
That's pretty cool.
We're on day 15. This is our 2-week mark. Weigh-in. I was nervous initially for the weigh-in because I had just gone to Texas to go on this Eclipse trip with my dad. I went with Jody, had some barbecue, had some sauces, got flavor bombed by a bunch of shit, and then we drank. We drank last night. We did drunk ping pong. I don't know how much we lost. We're at 10 pounds now though. 10 pounds.
Okay, it seems like 10 pounds from the start, I'm assuming, which makes sense because if he said he went to go eat barbecue and as well as drinking, there's no way he lost 10 pounds in a week. He probably would have gained a decent amount of that back, at least from like week to week. It'd probably be either balanced out to neutral or losing like a few pounds. But 10 pounds, I forget what the first one was, or the first weigh-in. Yeah, first one was, so he's lost 4 more pounds. Still probably a little bit, it's slowed down a little bit, probably still a little accelerated. And considering he drank and had barbecue, it probably would have been another 6 pounds this week. So I'm still a little iffy on how much weight he's losing this quickly.
I've lost about 7.8 pounds is what he said, and like about 1.7% body fat.
Okay, Skara's on definitely a way more normal track. I'm not sure why that is or how that is. Considering it seems like Skara has probably more to lose than John, and that'd probably be reason for him to lose it faster. Because if you're a little bit bigger, you could probably actually lose 2 to 3 pounds a week rather than 1 to 2 pounds a week if you're a little bit skinnier. But I'm not sure. That's interesting. But I do like Skara's weight loss week to week a little bit more than the others.
Not a lot changed. I'm still down 1.1% body fat.
Okay, this is probably good for Sydney because she seems to be within a normal weight range, so she probably doesn't need to be losing too much weight right now. If she lost a little bit of weight initially, this is probably just from the diet change. Like, I'm not sure what her calorie deficit is. They didn't show us. They just showed like they have a personal chef making all their meals. And considering she drank the drinking stream, she probably gained some of that back for the alcohol, depending on how much she had. But I don't know, I think focusing on her weight loss and her body fat loss is probably not important. If you want to focus on the body fat loss a little more and the muscle gain more, or if you want to like go through her core lifts that she's doing or just all the lifts in general and seeing how that weight progresses throughout the month, that'd probably be a more interesting and better way of tracking progress rather than looking at numbers like your weight loss. Looking at numbers like your weight on the bar, that's way more, or weight on your dumbbell, that's probably like way better at looking at than just right here on the scale.
I'm still at like 151 pounds, which is like I lost 4 pounds, I think. Javier was telling me he can tell like in my face that I've lost weight, which I also can. And that kind of matters more to me than whatever number on the scale. So I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. She's happier with like how she feels and how she looks rather than like a number on a scale. If she can see progress there, that's what matters more. That's how I'd recommend most people to look at it. It's probably healthier for you. It's probably easier to see. And it's also, your weight fluctuates a lot just through like random water weight or diet that day, sodium levels. Any few amount of things can make it go up or down a couple pounds. So not focusing more on weight over time or weight that you're doing in the gym is probably a better way of looking at your progress than just weight on a scale.
Do you all want to share what your progress has been like with each other, if you're on track, that kind of thing?
I lost almost 5 pounds, which is really cool. I can like deep squat with no pain. Wow. My progress has been really good.
I feel a lot better. Like if you asked me to go like to like Japan and walk around, because my goal was that like I wanted to vacation and be able to like actually like do stuff.
At the end of the day, walking has been OP though.
Yeah,
for weight loss.
All right, toast.
Yeah, that's really true. Walking is definitely probably one of the better ways if you want to try and lose weight without having to do anything too extraneous or lift weights or maybe not even spend money. You just want to go around outside and walk around for a bit. Walking is very good for burning fat and losing weight because it kind of keeps your heart rate in a low, steady state kind of cardio. And when you're at a very low intensity kind of cardio workout like walking, you burn more fat than you would carbs. So doing more walking, like kind of hard to do a lot in today's society with everything being drivable. Not really anything's really walkable now. So trying to find more ways to walk more. Maybe you walk around, maybe you walk your dog, or you just go for a nice walk. You have a treadmill, maybe you walk on that, watch a movie, listen to a podcast, etc. Same thing, maybe outside to listen to a podcast, listen to music. Anything to kind of get you walking and moving is a really good way to lose some weight, burn some fat.
How are you doing, man?
I'll be honest. I've been to the gym once in the last 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
All right, so Toast actually has been doing nothing. That's probably one reason why maybe having a trainer sometimes can help, because like if you pay for a trainer, you've paid for those sessions, you are more inclined to show up at a set time that's scheduled into your day like that, because you probably don't want to waste the money. You probably don't want someone who's like waiting for you to be like annoyed that you never showed up. But when you're doing it on your own, you can be like, I'll get to it tonight, and then tonight shows up and you're like, I'm kind of tired, I'm just gonna have dinner and go to bed. Or you'd be like, I do it tomorrow morning comes around, you didn't get enough sleep, you're tired, you're like Scar the first day, you're like, you know what, too tired for this, I don't want to do it. And then you just go back to bed, or you're sleeping a little bit more and you like wait for work to start.
I think looking back now, I think the trainer would have helped, because right now my problem is consistency. But
just kind of like I said before.
John, where are we?
We're at is it US or us? US cryotherapy. We're at US cryotherapy.
The last time I was really cold, I was skiing and I froze my fucking like digits off. So honestly, I'm worried I'm gonna just run out. But
what is the purpose of cryotherapy?
Take it to this guy.
We're looking to reduce inflammation, improve over quality of life, better sleep, decrease stress, just kind of live an active, healthy lifestyle.
Not really against cryotherapy or cold plunges. I just say just be aware of what they are. They are good for improving quality of life and like what he said. But if your goal is like to gain muscle, normally, from what I understand, cold plunges and cryotherapy are kind of counteractive to building muscle because you want your blood flowing to your muscles to repair and make them stronger. And cryotherapy and cold plunges will slow the blood and like kind of prevent as much muscle growth as possible. If anything, something more like a sauna probably be better. But I'm not against doing this if you're looking more for healthy lifestyle and stuff like that.
On a normal day when I'm like working out, I think I'm eating somewhere like 1,400 calories, and I can tell, like, I am hungry, I'm ravenous, so I'm just gonna lean on John and Skara for support.
1,400 calories. All right, so just based off what I could find off the internet and kind of maybe estimations, I think she said she was 150. Maybe I'll go back to the beginning. Let's just say she was approximately 150 when she started this challenge. Okay, so she started at 156. I'll just say I'll put 155 then. And then I'm going to assume 4 to 5 days a week because she's kind of doing weights 3 days a week and then kind of walking kind of the rest of the days. I'm just going to say this and we're just going to calculate how much. So yeah, this is putting her very low on calories. In between extreme weight loss and just normal weight loss, having about 250 more calories would probably be better for her. And granted, this is her at 155. So when she first started, we had to change that to be 150, where she's closer to about now. That still put her like even, they only dropped 50 calories. So it still put her a lot. So if she was going to have, so what I'd probably say that'd probably be healthier, more maintainable, as well as kind of get rid of the hunger problems that she's running into now. It'd probably be better if she had like 1,550 or like literally like around 1,600 calories. And also it depend on like the food she's eating, depending on how satiating they are. But considering she has a personal chef and that she's eating a lot more like whole foods from what it looks like, from the very little I could see of their diet, it should be more fibrous, more lean proteins. So it should be more filling than probably what she was eating before. And it should be a tiny bit higher than probably what it is now, which also kind of reminds me of the I said in the beginning is how much she's losing this quickly. It seems like a lot.
We had like a really long OTV shoot yesterday where it was pretty physically intensive. We were out in the sun, we were building things, and then afterwards, Skara got right on the treadmill and we nuxed each other up. He left, I got on it, and I was like, yeah, this is like, it's really good. And it's hard for me, like last night I didn't want to get on the treadmill, right? Like I didn't want to do my workout, but I could hear Skara in there and I'm like, okay, if he's gonna get up and get it every day, then like I gotta get up and get it every day. So I think that makes a really huge difference, like having your peers do it with you.
So that's probably one thing, is like having other people to hold you accountable is very important. It's kind of like what a trainer can be sometimes. It's sometimes what a friend or family member can be, where they do the gym with you, they ask you about when you're going, they make you go with them, you make them go with you. It can kind of be helpful on both ends.
Hey, Toast.
Oh, hey, Broden. What's up?
What's up? What are you working on here?
I just had my workout and it's time for that post-workout meal. That's the most important thing, because you gotta have a meal with lots of protein, a little bit of carbs, and a little bit of fat. It's not all just about protein. It's a good balance.
Cool, yeah.
That's true, but I feel like the meal he's having is not gonna represent that at all, but...
You've heard of...
Dino Nuggets. And he microwaved them. Okay, that's probably the worst part. Not the fact that he's eating Dino Nuggets, it's the fact that he microwaved them. Like, I could be fine if he put in the oven and made them properly, but he was even lazy with that and decided to put in the microwave for like a minute and a half.
I think overall I've lost like 10 pounds since we started, which is pretty phenomenal. Like literally, like what can I ask for? 10 pounds in.
Yeah, I think if he aims for 10 pounds for the month, that's actually probably very reasonable in terms of weight loss. But if you're someone new, changing your diet and starting exercise, that's probably very easy to hit in the first month. Now, I just want him to, like, I hope the trainer tells him, like, you won't be able to do 10 months every month till you hit your goal weight. It'll probably be 10 pounds this month, maybe 8 next month. Maybe you're getting down to like 6 or 7, maybe 5, then maybe 4. Then maybe it sticks at 4. Then maybe at some point it starts getting harder and harder to lose weight month by month, week by week. But I think just setting yourself with like more lifestyle changes and then letting the process give you the results you're looking for later. Because just trying to chase after the number, like it's very easy to lose like 10 pounds, just stop eating. But that's not healthy. That's not reasonable. It's not sustainable. What's sustainable is being consistent with working out, being consistent with your diet, and then letting that process get you to the 10-pound loss that you're looking for.
Skara, in 4 weeks, brother, remember this. 1 pound a week for 4 weeks
is a win.
It's a great number.
Yeah.
Please remember that. That's like the baseline of understanding. You guys know that, right?
Okay, yeah, he does reiterate that, so that's good. Is that like the baseline should be to aim for 1 pound a week, maybe 2, depending.
Right? Habits, training, nutrition. If you have a mathematical equation to do all of that, you can actually drop 13.4 pounds.
13.4 pounds is pretty good. I'd say as long as that's probably a 1 month thing, like I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. This is not something probably sustainable. It's probably something you can probably do for a month pretty comfortably, honestly. Like if you're new to working out, you feel like you're a bit overweight, you could probably lose a good chunk of weight in the first month. No problems. But just keep in mind that this is not going to be a consistent thing. There's going to be some kind of drop off in the weight you lose every month. Maybe sometimes it'll stagnate. But never try and focus on the weight you're losing. Try and always focus on the habits you have. Focus on like being consistent with your training, being consistent with your diet, and things will just like come naturally to you.
13.4 pounds and 2.9% body fat.
That's crazy.
Really
Are you kidding me, brother?
Can't wait to gain that all back tomorrow.
My girl, Sydney. All right, again, what we talked about. What was the #1 goal for you?
Functionality and mobility, ankle stability, that kind of stuff.
And these numbers are nowhere gonna near tell that story as good as they are. We had our moments where you're moving and you're just like, that didn't hurt or it doesn't hurt. Like that means the world to me. Like you know how hard it is. You've had to struggle with that injury. I know what injury's like. We've talked about my injury history.
So that's interesting because we haven't really seen too much of him doing ankle stuff with her, but it's good that they reiterate on that and how it's been going, that it's been going good. Which is probably another one thing that the gym can help with a lot is if you have some kind of like problem or pain problem, going to like a trainer or going to the gym to make yourself a little bit stronger can help prevent injury as well as maybe make certain injuries go away or lessen in terms of their severity.
With all of that said, even with our
But obviously, if you have an injury of some kind, you probably talk to a doctor first before heading right into the gym and trying to recover it that way.
injury history, 7 pounds, 1.7% body fat, and a functional ankle. Were you playing pickleball after?
Yeah, 7 pounds is probably more reasonable. It's probably maybe a tiny bit much for weight and size previously, but it's still a pretty good change overall.
Your workout
Sure
last
was
week?
pain-free.
And everyone wants to get out of pain. So the fact that we were able to get you out of pain and lose weight. All right, down the line, my man, John, 9 pounds lost.
Okay, yeah, it does seem like the first initial week was probably mostly a change in their diet and water weight, but it does seem like they're all able to probably lose maybe a more normal amount of weight week to week, which is good to see.
Toast. Here we are. We are down 1.5 pounds.
My goal was to form better habits, lose some weight, and just, I best be a little healthier. And I think that like I achieved that. I knew I achieved that by week 2. I think overall, like I think I did a good job hitting my goals.
My original goal was to be able to save Jody while she's falling off a cliff and to touch my toes. And then it kind of evolved into windmill. We failed that.
Yeah, you can touch your toes?
Hey, we're there. I think
That's surprising. I feel like, I guess depending on how bad flexibility was before, but I would have figured to focus a little bit more on stretching. Probably could have gotten there by this time, but if he's gotten closer, that's probably most you could ask for.
it was like here before.
Wow.
Like now we're like, we're getting closer.
So my goals originally, I wanted to lose some body fat while like maintaining or increasing muscle. Like 2 weeks in, I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'd love to be able to do a pull-up. I did a pull-up, which was pretty cool.
My goal was to do a handstand. I did not succeed.
Oh, but it's because you were sick.
No, I was sick like 2 days ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you were close.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that was overall a good video. I think the trainer did a lot of good things. Probably 1 or 2 things I wasn't sure about with John, but we also didn't get to see a whole lot. But yeah, I think the only thing that I would say is probably the weight loss you probably see here is probably somewhat unrealistic or probably not sustainable for a long period of time. And I think if you just go from week after the first weigh-in on day 8 to the last weigh-in, it probably shows a more reasonable like weight loss progression than maybe day 1 to week 1. That's all I got for you guys today. Subscribe for more. See you in the next one.